I'm going to be recording now. Yeah. Okay, thank you. So, first of all, I need to, and one more thing, I need to update you. I need to give you an information. I used to ask a few questions, guys. So when I'm asking the questions means I'm not going to be testing you. Just I need to have a more interaction with you guys. So whatever like I'm going to be saying, if it is like a one-man show, it is like boring for you and me also. So whatever. So if you know your entire Hadoop or entire information, why you are paying money and spending time and learning it. So I'm not going to be expecting 100% answers from you guys, but whatever you know it, just open up and you can say it. Either it is right or wrong. Nobody is going to be bothering about it. Okay. So because of that interaction, our class is going to be more interactive. Out of like you have a 10 or 15 members, no need to have interaction with all the people. Some like at least two or three people like responding properly. If you're saying some answers, on top of that, I'll give you answer. So don't worry. If I'm asking the questions, means I'm not going to be trying to test you guys. Just I need to have interaction with you directly. So this is how the it makes like interactive sessions. Okay, so first of all I'll start with the questions itself only, so that you can open up your ideas out of the box and you can think about it. I think some of you know something like more information about like Hadoop, some of you don't know anything. So for everyone we are going to be explaining from very low level, whether you have a 10 years or 15 years experience, whether you are a fresher, I'm not going to be bothering about it. So I'll discuss each and every point very minute level and very low level, guys. Okay, come, like we'll start with the question and answer session first. So how many of you know like what is Hadoop, why Hadoop is popular nowadays? Like everybody is going to be talking about Hadoop. What is the reason behind this? What is a Hadoop, guys? Can anyone share information? Yeah, Rohit, very good, should be appreciated.
Yes,
Yeah.
so Hadoop is a framework written in Java to scale the large set of data, like the large set of data it can structure and structures
Yeah,
like
very good.
examples which we use to scale the data and get out the information which is required to, like, the requirement of the company can be anything, but we just try we what we do is we distributed processing of various large data sets on a cheap hardware, so a commodity, or not very cheap hardware, but a commodity kind of hardware.
Yeah, very good, Rohit. You have shared very good information. Very nice to hear these things. Like anything else, guys? Anyone else?
Praveen, this is Venkata.
Yeah, Venkata, go ahead.
So I'm coming to myself. I'm into SAP. I'm having around 10 years of experience. And so, what is the prerequisite for Hadoop? Like,
Yeah,
we need.
I am going to be discussing, Venkata. I think this is not going to be the correct time. So last 10 to 15 minutes are all the prerequisites and what we are going to be covering, how it will be. The entire overview I'll give you, and I'll give you 15 minutes time for all of your question and answers. Even if it is more than that, even half an hour also. Once the class is minimum 1 hour it is taking. After that, I'll give you time for half an hour or 1 hour. How many questions you have? Not only you, like everyone. I'll answer all the questions and I'll. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, Sudhir, you want to say something? Sudhir Babu, I think your mic is working fine now.
Hi Praveen, I just joined. I don't have any questions as of now.
Oh, okay, good, good. Okay, whatever Rohit shared is like a very nice thing. Like he mentioned one point, data scaling up and large data and something, few words it, right? So we are going to be more stress on that. What is scaling up and what is the large data? Yeah, Tulsi, it like you're always welcome. You can. I think you for mic is you are using phone, Tulsi. I guess I am sharing again here screen. You can check these options. Under options, you can have audio. Under audio, you need to check this computer audio button, radio button. Not in this phone call. I think you are in phone call, I guess. So check this, change it to computer audio. You can talk now without having any call.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm able to hear you, Tulsi.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Tulsi. Yeah, I think it should be good. Now you can unmute and you can talk.
Hello.
Yeah,
Open source application which uses the MapReduce algorithm, and data is processed in, like, high volume data can be processed on parallel on different CPU nodes.
very good, very
So
good. I think, Tulsi, I think you know something a little bit depth of Hadoop. I can. You're talking about some terminologies. So I don't want to use those terminologies now. Okay, so very good. I think we'll discuss all those things anyway. Good. You have information. Very good. Yeah. Vani, is it Vani?
Yeah. Yes. This is
Vini or
Vini.
Vani? Vini, yeah.
Vini.
Sorry. Yeah, Vini.
I think Hadoop is like saving big data in some flat files and accessing them anytime, anywhere with less processing time.
Yes, very good, Vini. Very good. She is talking about something as a big data. Okay, this also nowadays is a buzzword. What is big data? First of all, we'll discuss about that. So, and we'll talk about large data. So, we'll go with this. Like anyone need to be share anything, guys? Go ahead. Otherwise, I'll go with my this thing. Praveen, you want to say something?
No, you can.
Okay. So, if I'm saying unmute, I'll ask you only, right? Because you are trying to say something. Otherwise, you can mute from your end. Still, I'm able to see some of your unmute. Please mute from your end, guys. Okay. So how do you mute it? I think you know it. Yeah, I think you already done. I think one more guy need to be done. So I'll do it from my end for him. Okay. Okay, guys. And again, I'm going to be saying some asking on top of this question. Vinny said like something is a big data, and um, Tulsi said like some terminologies. I don't want to use that terminology now. I don't want to confuse it. So again, it has a fast processing and like maintaining huge volume of the data. And Rohit said like large volume of the data. Like the common point is here, large volume of the data. The data size is huge. So I'm going to be taking that point and we'll discuss a few minutes on top of that. So why the large volume of the data? So when we want to handle large volume of the data means we are using Hadoop. Okay. So when we are using Hadoop, we can process that large volume of the data, which means for existing traditional system, whatever we have, either RDBMS or whatever it might be, which is not going to be supporting to process that much volume of the data, like whatever we are calling large, right? So it has a problem in traditional system, right? So that's why people are going to be moving into the Hadoop. That is a good point. Then my question is here, why we have large volume of the data from the past 2 or 3 years, 4 years at least. Like before that, there is no Hadoop, guys. Like we means I came to know like 3 years or 3.5 years back only, right? So some of you know like only this year, right? So what is the reason to have large volume of the data nowadays? Why can't in earlier days? Come on, guys. Again, I'm expecting some answers from you. And so, don't you have large volume of the data? Yep. Arun,
Yes.
very good. Due to internet, he's like given like a very valid point here. Then, yeah, Sudhir Babu.
Because of these social networks like
Yeah,
Facebook,
Vinny. Yeah,
Yahoo,
very good.
they're
All
passing on.
social networks, social media. Then, very good. E-portals. Yep. Yes,
So
Ram.
coming to Walmart and the big retail companies, so
Yeah,
lately there will be so
e-commerce
many
sites.
transactions.
Yes, you are right. E-commerce sites. Venkatesh. Venkat, right? Venkata.
Sensor data, sensor data.
YouTube, sensor, yeah, very good, very nice. So we don't have large volume of the data in earlier days. We have in present, like I'm saying, I'm giving one statistics here. So total 100% of the data if we have, out of that, the 90% of the data we got from the past 3 or 4 years only. 3 or 4 years only. Can I give you example in a little bit elaborated way? So I'll give you a simple scenario, guys. When I was doing my MCA, not in 2012, 2002. When I was doing my MCA, I had a system, guys, desktop with the hard disk capacity is 40 GB and RAM is 256 GB, guys. 40 GB, sorry, 256 MB. Okay, so the hard disk is 40 GB, RAM is 256 MB. Now I have a laptop. This is 2015. I brought it in 2012. Okay, whatever it might be, but the configuration is the hard disk is 1 TB. This is 1 TB, and the RAM is 6 GB, guys. 6 GB, guys. The RAM is 6 GB. Then what is the, here my question is, what is the reason for increasing my storage capacity from 40 GB to 1 TB, guys? 40 GB to 1 TB. Can anyone guess?
Your more use of social, like you have developed yourself, more use of technology, more use of internet, more use of Facebook, LinkedIn, your images, like I would say in one word, the increase of the hype in the technology. Previously, they used to be cameras, right? In mobiles.
Yes.
Now it is better cameras, so better pixels,
Yeah,
more
Rohit.
size of image,
Very
so
good.
everything.
Very good. You have a valid points. Like, let me get. So, do you think still I am using um, 40 GB out of 1 TB, guys? Let me share my system here. Okay. See, I have a 4 drives. Each drive is around 250 GB. See, 250 GB. Almost, except this drive, almost all are more than 50% get filled up. Means out of 1 TB, nearly 600 GB is filled up. Nearly 600 GB. Now you can imagine, guys, then how the storage capacity get increased here. So what might be the reasons? Let me give you my personal experience and personal reasons. I think it should be common for everyone. Why I have this much of volume of the data is, first and foremost point is internet. What you people mentioned, it is absolutely right. Because how it will be is, in earlier days, when I take like same example in 2002, if I want to download 1 MB file from any net, we don't have net facility at the time for like a personal usage. We can have some net cafe centers. We need to go there and we need to spend couple of hours and we need to download it. So how much time it is taking for downloading that 1 MB file, guys? In at the time, nearly it is 20 to 30 minutes, guys. Will you believe it or not? Like some of you are there at the time you came to know it, right? But nowadays we can download 1 GB video or movie or whatever data within how much time? 10 to 15 minutes, guys. Within 10 to 15 minutes, 1 GB data we can download it. This is the one of the main reason for increasing our storage capacity. Why? Because we have network bandwidth is very high. Very high. So if you check your systems, guys, more than 30% of the data in your hard disk you are getting from the internet itself only. Only because nowadays people are not going to be using floppies, CDs, even DVDs also. I think, I hope nobody is using DVD ROMs nowadays. I think first time you are using when you are buying your laptop. Even nowadays it is not going to be happening. Taking for that 4 CDs for taking the backup images, and those images also nowadays they are going to be posting in their forum. Like if I'm taking Dell laptop, you can directly go to the Dell site and you can give that like model number corresponding data you can download and you can configure it, right? So nobody is using even DVD ROMs, but we are using pen drive and external hard disks. Even though the pen drive and external hard disks, we are getting the data very less, I guess. So if you want to have a one like video or movie or like something, people are not going to be copying through the pen drives, right? Nowadays, simply you are putting downloads from your machine itself only. This is the another major reason. All the movies, songs, videos, images, simply are downloading it, which will take like a huge space. Right. This is one of the main part, guys. Then second point is when it comes to me, the photographs and videos. Okay, photographs and videos, guys. How the photos and videos are going to be taking place here? Because in earlier days, as he mentioned, right, we have only images. Suppose if any occasion is there in our home, we'll take photographs and videos, right? So it should be storing on like in the format of negatives and CDs or cassettes. We have very big cassettes also, I used to see, right? So after like 2004 or 5 onwards, I think all those are deprecated. Then CDs are into the market, then DVDs, then pen drives, then external hard disk. Now everything is uploading drives, Google drives, like cloud in. So everything, right? Yeah, Praveen, you want to say something?
No. Yeah.
Okay, 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 guys. So this is the another main reason. And when it comes to videos, also same thing. It should be cassettes, right? So here, one more important point I need to mention. Based on the resolution, the size of the image or size of the video is going to be changing it. Suppose if I'm taking a one snap with some 1 megapixel camera and a 30 megapixel camera, same or like portrait photographs. So can we have the size both the images having same size? No, guys. You can have one image with some kbs of data with some 9 MB or 10 MB data also with a single image I'm talking about. Even the video, 1 hour video, like in especially in Indian movies, 2.5 hour movie, right? When you are downloading 2.5 hour movie, how much size it is, guys? Like around 700 to 800 maximum, 700 to 800 MB. But when you are downloading in English movie and a full HD movie, how much size it is? 1.5 hour movie maximum it is, but the size of the file is more than 2 GB, 2.5 GB, 3 GB. Yes, even 4 GB also, Blu-ray. You're right, Arun. Okay, so because of the clarity, means the resolution, the size of the file also is going to be increasing. So this is the another reason. And check in your hard disk, guys. More than 25% of the data are your images and your videos only. Suppose like another best simple, you are taking some images from your mobile, your memory card filled up. What you are doing? Simply you are dumping into the system. Whether that image is useful further or not, you are not going to be bothering about it. We don't have that much time. Not only you guys, like including myself. Simply, even that image is blur. We never use even that image. Still, simply you're dumping it and you're never seen those folder, I guess. Because we have a space. Simply you're dumping the data. In earlier days, in 2002, if I want to copy one image, how much headache you know it. So we have scanner entire some like 5 kilometers area, only one scanner will be available. If you want to scan one image, they are going to be charging 100 rupees, 150, 200 rupees for scanning single image. So then from there we are going to be sending to our systems through mails or like copying into the CDs, and again we are going to be copying into our systems. This is this much of process for copying single image, guys. But nowadays it is not. Simply plug and pay, even Wi-Fi or like share it. So many apps simply you can copy without having any connection and all. Simply through Wi-Fi you can dump it. You can copy it. So due to this technology, this is the another reason, guys. The third point what I need to mention is I can say applications. So when it comes to applications, the best example I can give you is operating system, guys. I have Windows XP as an operating system at the time. So for installing that, it is taking approximately 700 MB. Now I think you can see this. This is Windows 8. Windows 8 is going to be having holding nearly 8 GB of data. This is Windows 8 operating system. See, for OS itself only, how many times it get increased, guys? 700 MB to 8 GB. What is the reason? Because of so many plugins. You can check here. So previously we don't have these many options, guys. We don't have these many options. These many things. Okay. So many reasons, guys. So might be like a rich graphical user interface. So many plugins. So many features. Right. So because of that reason, the storage capacity get increased. Not only for Windows. If you check with antivirus or like any players or any application, the stores and all Windows OS like that what we can say Office, MS Office also having so many features. It is taking so much of space because of more features, guys. So like this, the data get increased. Why my storage capacity get increased is the major reasons are these are the things. If I go and check in your control panel, we can have some at least 50 list at least again guess. But those days in 2002, 5 to 15, maximum 15, 10 to 15 installations should be there. 10 to 15 installations. That's it. Okay. These are the main reasons, guys, for increasing storage capacity from 40 GB to 1 TB in like my personal reason. But I don't want to like you don't want my personal reasons, right? So we'll talk about any some organization perspective. I think we are very much familiar with this application, which is Gmail. I'll talk about Gmail now. What happens? So when I'm talking about the single person statistics, the storage capacity get increased 40 GB to 1 TB. Now when I'm talking about Gmail, okay, let me go with my example. In 2002, I don't have Gmail, I have Yahoo account. 2003, once I have done my MCA, I created first Gmail account, guys. First Gmail account. Now this is 2015, I can have more than 8. Like let me take at least 8. So when I'm creating account in Gmail, what is the intention? Like Gmail, like they need to provide some space for us, right? So can you guess how much space they are providing for each user now? Can anyone? Can anyone tell? Yes, Ramu. Ramu is like correct. Yeah, some of you are saying
10 GB.
Some of you are saying 2 GBs. Let me show you. 4 GB. Yeah, you can check this, my Gmail. What is the size of each Gmail size, guys? Each Gmail account. How much data you can store in this? What is this? Is it 1.64 or 15? 15 GB. I used 1.64 GB out of 15 GB. I can store up to 15 GB of data. This is Gmail. You can check in your mailbox. So that means each user is going to be having 15 GB of data. So I have 8 accounts. 8 into 15, 120 GB. 120 GB. Can you guess how much size they used to provide in 2003? Is it 15 GB? No, it is big no. Very good. How much? Can you guess? Anyone having a Gmail account at the time, guys? Out of you? Ajay said like 1 GB. Okay. 512 MB. Okay, Rohit. Any other? Rohit is nearby little bit 200 MB. Janardhan Rao is more little bit near compared to Rohit. People are like Arvind said 1 GB. Okay, thank you for your good response, guys. I'll tell you. I know, like I had my personal. Yeah, Midhan said like 100 MB. It is not even that. It is simply 5 MB data. One user used to get 5 MB. You cannot imagine it. Is it a very less amount of the size? No, guys. Why Gmail is popular is because of 5 MB only. Gmail is come up with this option for storing the data 5 MB. So before Gmail, I have Yahoo account, right? How much they used to provide, 1 MB. For each user, they used to provide 1 MB. If you have 10 to 15 mails, so obviously we don't have attachments at that time. So generally, if you have any mails with like big text data and all, automatically the size is going to be filled up and we need to make it empty. Always. So people are like with simple mouth publicity, people are migrated to the Gmail only because of size. It is a very huge size at that time. Suppose if you want to fill up 1 MB itself, only it is taking almost 6 months for filling it up 1 MB, because who will send the mails, guys, at that time? Who will send? Nobody. Just we used to send the mails for any birthdays. That's it. 1 to 3 greetings. Download one greeting. Send it. Even greeting also, it is not going to be sending as an image link. When they are opening it, it opens. It downloads there and it opens it. When you are closing it, and again it closes it. It is not an attachment. We are sending that link. Link is going to be opening from their end. So 5 MB at the time is very, very huge size, guys. Because of that reason, entire Yahoo market is captured by Google, Gmail. Because of this reason, guys. Now, how many times the storage capacity get increased? The total file size is 5 MB here. Sorry, 5 MB. And here, if I'm converting this into MBs, okay, forget about 1024. I'll multiply with 1000. I'll multiply with 1000. Even though it is 2 lakhs, sorry, 1 lakh 20,000 times 20,000 MB data. This is MB. Yeah, we need to multiply with 1024, Arvind, but so for my easy purpose, I'm multiplying with 1000. Excuse me. Okay. Okay. So for better understanding, I don't want to do the calculations and all. It is more than 1,20,000 MB, guys. How many times the storage capacity get increased, guys? 5 MB to 1,20,000 MB. Approximately it is. How many times? Yeah, 24. Very good. You are good in maths, Anurag. Very good. 24,000 times. Okay. Forget about this, my scenario, guys. Anyone have I didn't get you what you are chatting here. Okay, meanwhile I'll shoot you a question. Okay. Anyone is having less than 2 accounts in Gmail? Please respond me. In Gmail, less than 2. If yes, tell me. Let me know that name, I guess. I think nobody. Minimum worst scenario, everybody should have 2 mails, right? Yes. So on an average, I'm not going to be taking with this 8. At least 4 off of the time, like off of this account. Like if I'm taking off of this size also, it is nearly increasing, worst case, the 12,000 times. Now you can imagine in 2003 how many users were there? I am the only one user at that time. No, some lakhs of users were there. For the lakhs of users, at least they have 4 accounts now. Their storage capacity get increased 12,000 times. You can imagine now why. What we are discussing now is why we have a huge volume of the data nowadays. Why can't in earlier days? Why? What is the reason for increasing storage capacity in all the applications? I'm talking about my scenario. I'm talking about Gmail. Then we'll talk about any banking application side. Suppose in 2003 I have an account. 2002 itself only I have a student account, zero balance account in ICICI. Right. So entire Hyderabad. I'm from Hyderabad. So entire in Secunderabad and Hyderabad we have only 3 ICICI branches in Hyderabad and Secunderabad. Now only in nearby like Amirpet and Secunderabad we have 3 ICICI banks. I'm talking about only Amirpet and SR Nagar. One area. So those are not like known about like Hyderabad. Some area. I'm taking one area in that simple single area, 3 branches. Throughout Hyderabad, nearly I can say more than 50 branches, I guess. Approximately nearly 50 branches it should. So why the number of branches are increased? Because of number of users get increased. Now even ICICI itself only have 2 accounts, and one account is from another bank, and another 3 banks also I have account. Don't think I am storing much money there. I have all loans. Each loan is going to be like having some EMI. It is deducting from different loans, different banks. When they want to give the loan, if they have a account in their bank, they are going to be reducing, I think 0.25 or 0.5%. They are going to be taking less interest. I think you might have known it. So I have 4 or 5 bank accounts now. In 2002, I have only one account. The number of users get increased. When the number of users get increased, what is the reason, guys? Automatically, their storage capacity, the bank database also is getting increased. Not only this bank, if you take insurance, if you take like Sensex, if you take weather report, if you take anything, e-commerce site, especially when you're talking about e-commerce. We don't know what, there is no online shopping at the time. Even not at the time, till 2012, I guess. 12 or 11, 10, after 10 only, from the past 5 years. We don't have any e-commerce sites. Even though we may have it, we are not using it. But nowadays, everybody, like almost everyone is going to be shopping through online. Because of these many applications, these many users of internet and all social media especially, the data is get increased. So now what we had a conclusion, right? So we had a data, huge volume of the data because of these reasons. Let me tell you one simple thing, guys. We have like first computer in the 1980s, guys, approximately. Okay, so they started with some MBs of data, some MB, XMB. I'm not going to be sure what is the first size, system size, hard disk capacity. But from let us take 10 MB. I don't want to go with X here. 10 MB worst case. From 10 MB to 1 TB. 1 TB when it gets started, guys? I think in 2012, I guess. In 2012, we have 1 TB hard disk, right? So from 10 MB to 1 TB, it is taking how many years? 32 years. 32 years is taking for increasing their data from 10 MB to 1 TB. Now 1 TB to 2 TB, can anyone guess? How many years? Till 30 years we need to wait. How many? I think in 2013 itself only we have 2 TB hard disks in our market.
Yeah, true.
Am I correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it is taking 1 year for increasing 1 TB storage capacity. For here 1 TB it is taking 32 years. Now will you believe this statement? The more than 90% of the data we are getting from the past 3 or 4 years. So entire something 10 GB of data if you have now, only 100 GB, Only 10 GB is there from the past 30 years. 90 GB is there from the past 3 years. That's it, guys. Will you be with me, guys? Will you accept this scenario? Yes. Thank you. Now the problem, like we have the information now why the data is increasing day by day. What is the reasons? We discussed it. Then what happens? What is the problem, guys? If data increasing it is like data increasing is not a problem. What is the problem? The problem is, now let me discuss with the same scenario. I have 1 TB hard disk and 6 GB RAM. 1 TB hard disk and 6 GB RAM. If I'm making this machine, this system as a server, if I'm making this system as a server means, I think you can have some concurrent requests, different requests you are going to be getting it. So if you are getting the some request, approximately I'm saying this is in server, you are getting some 100 requests, guys. So what happens here? You are getting 100 requests means is RAM is going to be having 100 requests, 100 RAM, 100 6 GB RAMs? No, this entire 6 GB is going to be sharing across 100 requests. For each user is going to be getting approximately 60 MB, guys. 60 MB. Am I clear? If I am converting into 6 GB into MBs, 6000 MB. 100 users, 60 MB. Can I process 1 TB data 60 MB? Okay, forget about this 60. I will take 1 TB hard disk with 256 MB RAM. Will it work? First of all, operating system itself only is not going to be supporting for installing it. It will not support it. Minimum 1 GB RAM should be there. Then how this 1 TB data can process by using 60 MB RAM, guys? What need to be done? What is the solution? I need to upgrade my RAM. Okay, finally I upgraded my RAM to 128 GB. Why? Because this is the maximum RAM in our world now. We cannot get more than 128 GB. We need to have multiple slots of 128 GB. That's it. So I've upgraded to 128 GB. Okay, I have 100 users now. So each user is going to be getting approximately 1.28 GB. Compared to that first scenario, it is better, guys. At least we can process the data by using 1.2 GB RAM for each user. But my business also parallel it should increase, right? Now instead of 100 users, now my business get increased and 1000 users are using my application for accessing this 1 TB data. Again, my RAM size is going to be sharing and each user is going to be getting 128 MB, guys. Can I process the 1 TB data with 128 MB? No. Then what is the solution, guys? What is the problem? What is the solution? I cannot increase that RAM size because that is the maximum RAM in our world. I'm using the maximum thing, but my data, like, yeah, as I said, distributed will, yeah, very good. We need to be distributed. So what is the solution in this scenario? Okay, let me give you one simple example, very layman example. Everybody can understood this scenario. Suppose I have one 50 kilos rice bag in my room. I want to shift from one room to another room. I am the only one person. I need to carry this 50 kilos rice bag from one room to another room. What is this, right? So here the condition is my capacity is I can lift up to 25 kilos. I cannot lift more than 25 kilos rice bag, guys. I cannot lift. Means what should be the solution? I cannot do gym and I cannot increase my capacity in the all of a sudden, like within 1 hour or half an hour. So that is 25 kilos is maximum capacity. Yes.
Make 2 bags of 25.
Yeah, very good. Very good. So I'm getting almost all the solutions, guys. The 50 kilos bag I can split into two parts, guys. 25 kilos and 25 kilos. I can shift this data in 2 times. So now when I cannot increase the RAM capacity and the data is in my hands, right? I can divide the data. Right? Even the RDBMS also doing same thing. First we'll talk about RDBMS, then we'll discuss about that. First of all, any subject, right? Uh, we want to discuss it. What is the problem with the traditional approach? Why we are going to be introducing it? What is the solution? We should know it. So directly, if I'm talking about Hadoop, you can understand, but you should know the existing traditional approach problem, right? Right. So we are going to be splitting this data into multiple parts, right? The each part we are going to be calling as a data set. Data set. As part of RDBMS, each data set is going to be holding 4 GB of data maximum. Suppose if you want to store 10 GB data, it should be stored like 4 GB plus 4 GB plus 2 GB. What happened? 4 plus 4 plus 2. Yeah. So which is like nearly 3 data sets. If you want to store 10 GB of data in RDBMS, it is taking 3 data sets. Now my scenario is 1 TB, right? If you want to store 1 TB, 1024 by 4, I think 256 data sets are required, guys. There is no problem in this. We can store it, but down the line, my data, my business get increased and my data get increased to 1 petabyte. 1 petabyte means 1024 terabytes. So now I am multiplying with 1000, not with the 1024. If I am multiplying with 1000, 2,56,000 data sets, guys. 2,56,000 data sets. This is where the problem occurred. RDBMS is not capable enough to hold or process these many data sets. Am I clear, guys? This is the problem. What is our traditional approach? The main problem is it cannot hold more than terabytes of the data. Maintaining 256 itself only, it is very, very tough, guys. 256 datasets. Manage, like it is manageable, at least. They'll do some load balancing, sharing and all, they can do it. But petabytes of the data, it is impossible. It is not at all possible. So this is where they are looking forward for solution that is nothing but Hadoop. So we'll discuss what is Hadoop. What Hadoop is doing. First we need to have the solution, right? What Hadoop is doing is Hadoop also having the same mechanism. There is no much separate logic in this. It is also going to be storing the data in the data sets. But the simple reason, the difference between these two is each data set can hold some terabytes to petabytes of the data. Each data set I am talking about. Now, if I want to store 1 petabyte of the data, how many data sets are required, guys? Yes, Roy, only one data set because it can support up to petabyte. So that means here it get, see, changed 2,56,000 data sets equal to one data set. This is where the difference, guys. So now my question is, do we really have petabytes of the data in our world? Do we really have petabytes of the data? Can you give, if yes, can you give some names?
Facebook.
Yes, very good. Who's this?
Rohit.
Yeah, very good. Facebook. Very good.
Twitter.
Sudhir?
Yeah, Twitter.
Yeah, Yahoo, Google, Twitter. Yeah, all social media, guys. Very good. Here, yeah. And apart from that, e-commerce
Flight
sites.
sensor data.
Yeah, very good. Sensor data and NASA stock exchange. Very good. NASA, they are taking some images, right? CC cams, YouTube. Yeah, very good. So can you imagine how, like, what is the file size, like one photograph size of like NASA, whatever they are going to be sharing it, right? Can you guess what is the size of one image in GBs? No, it is in petabytes, right? So how much distance they are going to be taking the images? Suppose recently, like last 2 weeks back, I saw one image in newspaper. So something in sun, they have some tsunami kind of thing or something. So they are going towards like sun, and they are taking the images nearby 1 kilometer or 2 kilometers or 3 kilometers. No, some lakhs of kilometers distance they are taking the images. When they are taking that images from that much distance, they want to enlarge in a very minute point, very simple pixel also, it need to be clear. So because of that reason, the images are some terabytes of the data. Single image I'm talking about, some terabytes of the data, guys. And Facebook per day, how much data it is transferring? Can anyone guess? Single day, 1 day transaction I'm talking about, not entire Facebook database.
500 TB.
100 TB. Yes. Any other another question? 5 petabytes. Oh, Rohit. I think it is more than 1 petabyte of the data, right? Yeah, more than 1 petabyte. Nearly, approximately, less than or equal to like some 100 GB. Like 1 petabyte or 700 terabytes or like 800 terabytes or like 1.5 petabytes. Nearly around 1 petabyte. Okay, so we have petabytes of the data, guys. Don't worry about it. We wherever like we can have more than petabytes of the data also. Some of the applications. Okay, this is the solution. Then we'll discuss about what is Hadoop. Now we are going to be moving into the definition of Hadoop, guys. Am I clear, guys? As of now, please let me know. Otherwise, if you have any doubts, let me clarify now.
What is a data set?
Data set is the one small amount where it is going to be splitting the data. I said like I'm lifting 50 kilos bag, and I'm splitting into two parts, 25 kilo, 25 kilo, right? Each 25 kilo I'm calling as a data set. My data set capacity is 25 kilos. Clear? The 1 TB data, whatever we are going to be storing in RDBMS, it will be storing in a small parts, chunks. The each chunk we are calling as a data set. Am I clear?
Okay, I mean, what is the related term in the databases like Oracle and MySQL?
This is Oracle only. I'm talking about Oracle data set, RDBMS. Data set, we have a terminology. I think those are in development side, they might not know it. In background, like in admin side, those are working on Oracle. Anyone from your guys? Mainframes or background of like Oracle, SQL admin, DBAs? No one. Okay. We have a mechanism, the same mechanism, guys. Here the data set in RDBMS, the same we can call in Hadoop data set here. Okay, am I okay, Srini?
Yeah. Praveen, are you going to explain this structured, unstructured
Definitely,
relation?
definitely.
So RDMS is a database where the data, what are the data which we are storing, that will be stored in 4 GB space. So each space is known as a data set, correct?
Yes, you're right. You're right. Okay. So any other queries, guys? Let me move on to it. We have more things to discuss. Yeah, Ajay, like whatever the data we are going to be like storing in the tabular format, right? So 4 GB is going to be like, that is background mechanism. Like we are not going to be splitting something extra. Like I think I'll give you a very simple example, guys. We have a hard disk. You are storing one GB file. Is it going to be storing 1 GB in a single location? Can anyone tell how the data is going to be storing in our hard disk, guys? No, it's not. I think Rohit, you can say. I think in Unix administration, how the files are going to be, flat files are going to be storing links, soft links, okay, hard, okay, tracks, and yeah, very good, Kiran. Sectors, we used to call as sector. What is the size of each sector, Kiran? Approximately 4 MB. It is very huge, guys. I think, as per my knowledge, 4 KB to, yeah, you are right, Praveen. It is 4 KB to 16 KB maximum. So you are storing some 10 KB means it should be storing 4 KB, 4 KB, and 2 KB in your hard disk as a sector. Sector means it is a one block. We cannot see it, but we can store the file. That's it. Even RDBMS, so we cannot see it. That is the RDBMS background mechanism. Here the sector we used to call as a data set here. Am I clear, guys? Now I hope you understood. I'm not getting any response. At least you can ping me. Yep. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. Yeah. Then we'll move on to the definition, guys. What is Hadoop? What is Hadoop? The Hadoop is a first and foremost point. I think already you mentioned. I need not to define explicitly. I'm taking from your words. I'm defining here. Hadoop is a framework. Some of you said, right? Framework, and which is going to be working on the distributed environment, because already we said like we are going to be distributing the data, right? Environment for two things we are talking about: hard disk and RAM. Hard disk for what purpose? Storage. So storing the data, and fourth point is RAM is for processing the data. Processing the data. Okay, when I'm talking about storing the data and processing the data, do I need to Hadoop generally? Even RDBMS also doing same thing. RDBMS also a framework which will also run on the distributed environment. Then what is the big deal? It is not simply storing the data and processing the data, guys. It is storing big data and processing big data. If there is no big keyword here, Hadoop is not at all required. Even RDBMS also can do it. Now what is big data? Most of the people have confusion. I am learning big data. It is not a big data, guys. We are not going to be learning the big data. We are learning how to store and processing the big data. What we are learning here? Big data is not a technology. Big data is not a framework. Big data is not a architecture. Small data, big data. 25 kilos bag, 50 kilos bag. That's it. The data big. That's it. It is not a technology. It is not a framework. Most of the people are having like some information like big data technologies. We are going to be learning one of the technology called Hadoop to store and process the big data. That's it. Big data means it is a huge volume of the data. That's it. It might be structured, it might be unstructured or semi-structured, whatever it might be. Huge volume of the data is nothing but a big data. Am I clear, guys? Yes. Yes, guys. I think I'm getting a very big question. Let me check it out. What is the different names in Hadoop ecosystems like big and HBase map? It is what is there is which programming structure these names reassemble. Yeah, I'm going to be discussing uh, Midhun, all the ecosystems, what we are going to be covering, and what is the importance of each and every ecosystems. Don't worry, like I'll cover all those things as part of our demo only. Okay, now let me discuss one by one. What is framework? First point. What is framework, guys? Can anyone tell? Can you give your own definition? Then I'll give my own definition
It's a
on top.
prototype. It's a prototype piece of data.
Yes, Venkat, it is a prototype. Next, any other? What is the advantage, guys?
A framework is a sort of set of rules and guidelines for underlying technology.
Yes, Vinay, very good. Framework is a set of rules. Very good. Very good. So let me. What is the advantage by using a framework and without using framework? Yes, yes, I'm getting some of the answers right. Very good. Okay, guys. Let me give you one simple example then, and I'll go with that definition. How do you find the maximum salary from employee table, guys? Simply select max of e salary from your table EMP. I want to talk about something this. I want to talk about this. Okay. What is this max, guys? What is this max? Max is a
Maximum value.
predefined aggregate function. It is aggregate function, everybody knows it. But it is a predefined. We are not going to be writing our own this thing logic. We are not going to be using our brains to implement that functionality already, which is given along with our framework, whatever we are using it. Am I clear? Now, okay, what happens if they are not giving? If they are not providing that part, can't we find out maximum? We can. Suppose you need to take one for loop for something I equal to 0, I less than or equal to the number of employees, then I plus plus. Then you need to check the condition if, okay, let me go with one variable integer. My max here I'll take as a temporary value 0. If this max value is less than the I value, what I am doing, I am assigning the max equal to I'm going to be assigning I value to the max, and I am closing this bracket for if and loop for loop, and return return max. Come on, guys. Now, knowingly, unknowingly, we are avoiding the 6 or 7 lines of code here, because it is already there in this 3-letter word. When we are executing this max, internally it executes the same logic. But the thing is, we are saving this time for writing this 6 to 7 lines of code. If I'm I can run it within like a half minute. If I ask very fresher, I need to find the maximum salary from employee, how do you write it? They will take at least 10 to 15 minutes, and we need to compile it, we need to run it, we need to debug it, we need to test it. So many things we need to do. Half of the day is going to be wasting for the simple functionality if it is a fresher. So knowingly and unknowingly we are saving all the time here. Simply we are going to be using this 3-letter word, we are getting that same output. So where can I run this, guys? Where can I run? Where can I run this? It should be in SQL prompt, not in command line, or not in a notepad, or not in somewhere Eclipse or something IDE. We are going to be running in our command line, because this definition we are getting by this framework. Now I can define framework is like this, guys. Framework is nothing but a set of rules. These are the rules which is already predefined. We are not going to be writing it, which is already predefined. By using that, what is the advantage? Time saving. We can develop our applications in a very faster way. Very faster way, guys. We can develop our applications in a very fast. Am I clear, guys? It is not only this technical. Let me explain in very layman example. Suppose if I want to create, like I want to make cupboard in my home. I want to have a cupboard. What need to be done? So I need to buy the wood, like all the raw materials, the fevicol, like the cutters and all those things. I'll select one carpenter and I'll give the task to him, and I need to design the model and all. So it will take nearly 3 days, guys, 2 or 3 days. So instead of that, what I can do, directly I can go to the shop, readily available cupboard, I can get it, I can fix it in my home within 2 hours, not 3 days. 2 to 3 hours, I can get my cupboard ready. What is the difference? Readily available thing, simply you are going and you are buying that frame and you are fixing in your home. That is called framework. Simple thing, right? Cupboard is a framework. You need not to bother about like what design should be, what is the wood cost, and what is the material you need to use, raw things and all. Simply you need to check out of like 10 or 20 models, you can get it one and you can fix it up in your home. Time saving part. Then second point is when you're buying that cupboard. Suppose I am buying cupboard for my home purpose, and you are working for one employee, like some employee in a government office. You are going to be buying for your office. So his shopkeeper is going to be saying, okay, this cupboard used to use useful, you need to use for only for putting clothes or jewelry. What I can put in my home, maximum 90% is clothes, remaining some jewelry, some money, and some important documents. That's it. In office they'll put their clothes, so all the employees are going to be putting their clothes in that cupboard. No, they are going to be putting files, records. So the utilization is, it is not going to be fixed for all. Based on your requirement, you can utilize it. Suppose here I am checking for the maximum salary, so because of that I am using employee table. Suppose I have a college, I want to check the maximum marks in a particular class. I want to work on, like I want to execute this command on students details, not in employee details. Temperature, maximum temperature, you can get it. Anything, guys, maximum speed, maximum thing, all, wherever you need to find the maximum, you can use it. It is not going to be fixed for only for this business logic. Based on your business logic, if you want to use it, you can use it, otherwise you can leave it. The shopkeeper is not going to be forcing, okay, the cupboard means you need to buy in my shop only. Your wish, you want to make it, you can make it. They are not going to forcing it. If you want to use this max, you can use it. Otherwise, you want to write your one stored proc and you need to call, you can call. There is no issue at all. They are not going to be forcing, but they are giving one facility to use it. Whether you are using it or not, based on your convenience. The main thing is here, time saving, guys. Only the thing is time saving. So everybody is going to be bothering about the time now. So framework is going to be a set of rules, predefined rules. By using that, we can develop our applications in a very faster way. Am I clear, guys? What is framework? Please let me know if you have any queries. Otherwise, let me move on to second point. Distributed. No queries. I think okay. I'm getting a good response, guys. Yeah. Let me go with the distribution. What is distribution, guys? What is distribution? Any idea? Okay, distribution. Software system that's shared among multiple computers to improve efficiency and performance. Very good, Rohit. Very good. Okay, let me give you very simple thing. Enlarge it. I'll give you very simple example, guys. So I have a task. I have one task. The task is for finding maximum marks from 1 to 100 students, guys. The task is I need to find the maximum marks out of this 1 to 100 students. So I am alone doing here. What I need to do? I need to read first record, second record, third record until 100 records. 100 records. I'll get some output, guys. Like something, some 60-second person having 98 marks. Something like this. Some 68% having 98 marks. But I am getting this output in 10 minutes, guys. In 10 minutes. It is taking 10 minutes to get that output for the entire processing 100 records and getting it. Okay. I need to have the same output in a short time. I don't want to waste 10 minutes for getting this. What need to be done? I need to be split this task to multiple people. So I am selecting few people. I am selecting few people. 1 to 20 I am processing for with one person, and 21 to 40 I am processing with another person, and 41 to 60 I am processing with another person, 61 to 80 I am processing with another person, and finally 81 to 100 I am processing with another person, guys. What I am doing is here I am processing the entire 100 records, but I am splitting my data into multiple. I am splitting my data into multiple people. Means I am distributing the task. I am distributing the task, guys. What exactly we are doing here? What is the advantage? While you are splitting the data, this each and every person need not to be process the entire 100 records. They can process only 20 records, guys. They can process only 20 records. That means for processing 100 records, if it is taking 10 minutes for 20 records, how much time it is taking? Normal mathematical calculations, guys. For processing, yes.
2 minutes.
Yeah, very good. I think everyone is right. 2 minutes. So each and every individuals, they can get and they can complete their task in 2 minutes. So he can complete his task in 2 minutes. Okay, let me go with this. He can complete his task in 2 minutes, but the thing is he will get some output out of this 1 to 20 records. Something 94 is the maximum, and he'll get this output in 2 minutes, but he'll get something 95 is the maximum out of this, and he'll get his output in 2 minutes again. The maximum max is something 96. Again he can also, the fourth person also can get within 2 minutes, the maximum is 98, and finally the last person also complete their task in 2 minutes and the maximum is something 91. What happens, guys? Here the task is same for all 20 records. Each individual they can complete their task in 2 minutes, but 1 to 20 the maximum marks is 94. So instead of here we are getting one output, here we are getting 5 outputs at a time. So I need to segregate all these 5 outputs, one output. I need to make it one final output, right? I need to check with, okay, this one, which is maximum 95, and this, okay, 96, and this 98, okay, and this, okay, 98. Finally, some X person, the same 62 person should have same, let me take this same thing, same 62 person, 62nd person should have 98 marks. But the time is, for individual task, it is 2 minutes. Again, you are going to be segregating one output out of this, right? Half minute extra. That means within 2.5 minutes, you are getting that output. Am I clear, guys? So the difference here is, it is not the output. The difference is the time. Here it is taking 10 minutes. Okay, but here it is taking 2.5 minutes. What happens when you distribute it? Automatically, it is going to be improve the performance. Which will improve the performance? So automatically, which will improve the performance, guys? Okay. Now, what is the secret behind this approach and this approach? When I am processing by using this, first I need to read first record, second record, third record, fourth record until 100 record. One by one I need to read. So the data processing is in sequential way. Whereas here the data is reading in parallel processing. Means first person is reading first record, right? At the same time the second person is reading 21st record. At the same time the third person is reading 41st record. At the same time the fourth person is 61st and corresponding 71st record also. Sorry, 81st record also. So here this person is completed one record, means here 5 people 5 records are completed. So because of that reason, we are getting better performance. The parallel processing, the secret behind this approach is parallel processing. When you distribute the task automatically, which will enables the parallel processing. Am I clear, guys? So Hadoop is going to be doing the distributed mechanism. Whatever the task we are going to be doing, we'll distribute it and we'll process it. Parallel processing. Hadoop also doing same thing, guys. The main reason is, what is the difference here? The time is going to be different, not with the output. Your output is same thing. 62nd person is having 98 marks here. Okay, sorry guys. I think this is 68, right? I think some of you are saying. Okay, same. Output is not going to be changing it. Only the thing is time. The time is going to be changed. Am I clear, guys? Any doubts as of now? What is the advantage of distribution? To improve the performance, speed up. We can speed up the process. I hope I'm clear. I'm not getting any risk. Yes, we have 5 iterations parallelly. It is not like sequentially, right? Yes. Okay. Can I check this? Okay. It looks like something. We have multiple layers here. This is one. Here, this is like this. Let me tell you. Okay. So I can split this entire diagram into 2 parts, guys. How can I split this? I want to split like this. What is this? This is, I can say it as a something as a master kind of thing. This is a master owner. These are the slaves. Can I call it as a master? Can I call these are all slaves? Okay. Can I call these are slaves? So entire 1 second, guys. I think I'm not seeing this. Sudhir, what I need to explain? Okay, what is 68 and 6? Okay, 68 is 68 person. These are the students, right? 68 student, suppose student ID if it is taken, having 98 marks. Sudhir, am I clear? See, 1 to 100 students, right?
Okay.
So 68th student is having 98 marks.
How we find out that for 68 only?
No, with their processing, right? They are processing. Suppose I distributed my 100 records to 5 members. They are finding it, right? Okay, here I am alone. If I am doing 68 person is 98. If I am splitting, is first person is having 98 marks? No, 68 only, right?
Yeah.
That's what I am saying. It is an example.
Okay, assumption. Okay, fine. Yeah.
Yep. Example only. Assumption. Just I am giving an example. Yep.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Please carry on.
Yeah. Now, here, this entire thing, we can call it as a, we have a one specific word, guys. Can anyone tell what is this?
Is it load balancing?
Not exactly. No, this environment we used to call as a one specific term. I think some of you know it. The entire environment where we have master and slaves. The mechanism what you are saying is load balancing. Very good. But what I am saying is having some problem in audio. Hello, are you able to hear me?